Groggily and tired, the blue hedgehog opened his eyes to slowly see that he was laying on the ground for what felt like hours. He got onto his hands and knees and saw that his friends Tails, Knuckles, and Lavinia were knocked out cold for a short while before waking up themselves. "Is everyone all right?" Sonic asked. Lavinia shook her head before taking out her hairbrush to brush her hair. "It felt like we were asleep forever," she said. Knuckles arched his back, causing it to crack slightly. "Ow!" he said. "Where the heck are we?" "I don't know," Sonic answered, "but it looks like Halloween came early this year." Tails took out the Miles electric device to examine the location they awoke from. "This is Hang Castle," he said. The rest of the gang examined the location upon getting up from the ground. Lavinia pondered. "It looks creepy to me." "Hey guys," Knuckles said, all while scratching his head. "Any idea where the Chaotrix are?" "Beats me," Sonic answered, shrugging his shoulders. But then he looked around the place to see if anyone else was along with them. "Hey, where's Amy?" he asked. "Where did Shadow and Rouge go?" Tails asked. "You don't suppose they fell somewhere else, do you?" Lavinia wondered. "Maybe," Sonic replied. "I think it's best is that we find them, and then get the heck out of here." The young fox agreed with his best friend by saying, "No doubt. This place is getting me the heebie-jeebies already." Team Sonic began to make their way up to the front door, to which it opened immediately, after allowing them access to the mansion. "Well," Lavinia responded, "this place looks pretty ancient if you ask me." Suddenly the sound of Tails' Miles Electric was heard, causing Tails to take it out and examine the place once more. "That's strange," he said. "It's picking up some signals that someone else is here." Everyone started to look around the main entrance, only not to see that anyone could be in the same room as them. "I don't see anyone," Sonic answered. "What's up with that?" "Not sure," Tails replied. "These signals could be ghosting us." He turned around and saw a figure that made him jump. It was a ghost with a head shaped like a pumpkin. Tails then stuttered a minute before shouting, "A ghost!" This left Tails and Lavinia, Knuckles, spooked and huddled with Tails, who at that moment was scared for his life. Sonic shook his head and chuckled before saying, "Come on, guys, it's just a hologram that Eggman built just to scare us." Then he walked up to the ghost for further to prove the case. He pulled out one of his arms only for it to go through the spirit, to which it let out a cackle that sounded equivalent to an old witch. This scared the blue hedgehog to his very core. He shouted, "Run for your lives!" He and the rest of his friends began to run away from the ghost and out of fear of being haunted by it. They ran down the hallway to ensure the safety of the encounter with a spooky pumpkin spirit. Upon closing the door led them to the hallway, Team Sonic began to catch their breath. "What was that all about?" Knuckles asked. "I don't know," Lavinia replied, "but that ghost sure chilled me to the bone." She began to shudder and shiver with fear. "Here. But look, guys," Sonic said, "just because this place looks like it's a haunted house doesn't mean we need to be afraid." "Sonic's right," Tails responded. "Besides, if we show ghosts any fear, they will reveal themselves to be stronger. Now let's show these suckers that we're not scaredy cats," Sonic suggested. "Who's with me?" "I am," Tails said. "I am too," Lavinia called. "I am," Knuckles said, cracking his knuckles. Just then they were startled by a sound of an angry meow of a cat. "Well, I wasn't afraid of that." "Come on, guys," Sonic said. "Let's find our friends and get the beeline out of this joint." "Right," Tails, Knuckles, and Lavinia all agreed with the blue hedgehog. Without wasting any more time, Team Sonic started to make their way through the twisty hallway that led to a variety of rooms in different angles. They climbed up the stairs that led them to the door, all while singing that they were unafraid of anything for them. "I've given up my nightlight 'cause I'm not scared of the dark anymore," Knuckles said. "I have tasted buttermilk, sat through Jurassic Park," Sonic added. "I have taken off my training wheels and used adult shampoo," Lavinia said. "Sometimes there's no limits to the scary things I'll do," Tails added. As Team Sonic walked through the hallway that led them to one of the rooms of the creepy castle, Team Rose also exited out of the other door and walked sideways on the wall. Amy began to sing, "I don't hide in the closet when I hear a loud thunderclap. I dunk my head in water. I've sat on Santa's lap," Cream added. "I've never bat an eye with anyone with the measles shot," Cosmo said. "So when things get scary, it's a good thing I've got," Big said. The Chaotrix entered the room where everything was upside down. They had walked through the hall and put a brave face to show the ghosts that were not even close to being scared. Victor immediately saying, "Bravery, I'm loaded with bravery. When I'm a pinch, I don't even flinch," Charmy said, showing himself by pretending to stand like a confident guy who had got a promotion for his job. "I'm cool and I'm calm," Espio said, imitating the process. Katarina began to perform her karate skills while singing. "Bravery with breaming with bravery. I am always prepared," Boken sang. "And if I'm scared," he paused for a second to make sure no one was listening before he continued in a soft tone of voice. "I get Cream's mom." Meanwhile, Team Wisp ventured through the long hallway, and in search of the door to escape, Jewel began to say, "First day at the kingdom, others may have wept. I sat and played with Legos at my nap time. I just slept." Whisper said, "I climb the tallest of jungle gyms, slide the biggest slides," Tangle said. "When I go to amusement park, I ride the biggest rides." No sooner than that, they made their exit through the door that led to one of their rooms. Team Dimension floated down from the ceiling and landed softly on the floor thanks to Silver's psychokinesis. "Last Friday's assembly in front of the whole school," Marine said. "I played a singing chariot that didn't lose my control." Styx added, feeling proud of herself for the courageous performance. "You hopped out of that stage, sang out in the clear and strong?" Blaze added, patting the Styx on the shoulder. Jasmine nodded her head and gave the badger a thumbs up. "In sticky situations, we always bring along," Silver said, opening the door that led to the room where Team Dark was, walking around on the walls. "Bravery," Omega sang, with his voice set to autotone. "Three cheers for bravery." Shadow continued walking down with fierce, yet determined look on his face while singing. "The sight of a ghost won't turn me to toast. I'm better than that." "Bravery, I'm brimming with bravery," Rouge said, flying around the room with glee. "But if I despair," Maria sang, "and then Cream's mom is not there, there's always Victor." In the room with floating furniture, the Babylon Rouges were beginning to fear of the ghosts that could appear in front of them, given at any moment. "Wavery," Jet said, looking around the room with paranoia. "When my knees get weary," Storm began to feel sick to his stomach and shake. "My heart's in my mouth," he sang. "My nerves are heading down south. I've got the shakes." "Quavery," Wave said upon gulping with fear. "When my voice gets quavery." Soon they began to gain enough courage with their journey to sneak away out of the room. "I suck in my gut," Storm said. "I mean and I lean," Wave added. "I swagger and strut," Jet said. APT Marine. The Chaotrix had marched their way out of the upside-down alleyway, and with a brave facade, Charmy and Boken began to chant, "Left, right, left, right. I left the jitters behind," Victor, Espio, and Katarina chanted after. Team Dark and Team Rose were walking down the sideway stairs in opposite directions from each other. "Bravery," Team Dark sang. "Three cheers for bravery," Team Rose said. Team Sonic courageously walked through the hallway that allowed them to walk straight upside up. "You won't see us clench," Lavinia said, with Knuckles shaking his head. "When we are in the trench," Tails added. "Or when things get hairy," Sonic said. Every single time, Sonic heroes walked around the Hang Castle in hopes to find each other, and when making their escape afterwards, with their spirits held up high, they were singing, "Bravely, let's hear for bravery. We are so full of bravery," Charmy said, and Boken sang in the whisper. "It's scary." They followed Team Chaotrix before it was closed, ending the whole psalm of it all. Although there was no telling when they'll be getting out of that castle. But of course, the castle is big. They're going to have to do what they can to get out of there.